Darkness has a story to tell. Tonight, it chooses you as the listener. Welcome to the Graveyard, a place where shadows whisper secrets and the air is thick with mystery and suspense. Prepare yourself for a tale filled with terror, horror, and the supernatural. Every story will send shivers down your spine and make your heart race. Hold tight to your courage as we venture into the Graveyard. Ghosts in the Machine. Mark Weston epitomized the perfect account manager for marketing firm Chandler Thomas. Sharp suit, charming smile, and an easygoing nature endeared him to colleagues and clients alike. Young, single, and good-looking, he was the guy who never had a bad day. At least he acted like it. As he walked through the office, he exchanged high fives with his team, closing deals and charming clients with ease. Even his next-door neighbor, Ruth, an elderly woman with more cats than friends, couldn't help but smile whenever he brought her groceries or helped her fix something around the house. But as the last echoes of the workday faded and the office lights dimmed, this bustling corporate hub transformed into an eerie, still labyrinth. Mark was alone, finishing up a campaign presentation.
Meet Mark Weston, a man of charm and wit, navigating the bustling world of corporate success by day and the eerie silence of his office by night. In a realm where technology reigns supreme, Mark is about to discover that some messages are more than mere bytes and pixels. As the line between reality and illusion blurs, he will be thrust into a digital nightmare where the ghosts in the machine are all too real. Welcome to the edge of sanity, where the only certainty is fear, and the only destination is the graveyard.
He leaned back in his chair, stretching his arms when his phone buzzed. A text message. Attached was a picture of Mark bound to a chair, his face contorted in agony. His shirt was torn, blood trickling down his forehead. The background was dark, nondescript. Mark's heart raced. He didn't remember the scene. He didn't remember the pain. "Who is this?" he texted back, his hands trembling. "Jeremy, is this you? This isn't funny. Nice Photoshop work, though." No response. The connection went dead. The office felt colder, the silence stretching into an oppressive blanket that suffocated any sense of security. He shook his head, trying to rationalize the irrational. It had to be a prank. Probably one of his colleagues messing around. He resumed his work, though his eyes kept darting to his phone. Another buzz shattered his fragile composure. Anonymous. "Do you see yourself now?" This time, the picture showed him with a gag in his mouth, eyes wide with terror, bruises blossoming across his cheeks. Mark stood up, knocking his chair over. "This isn't funny," he yelled into the empty office. There was no answer, only the hushed hum of the air conditioning. Heart pounding, he dashed to the window. The parking lot below was nearly empty, save for a few scattered cars glistening under the streetlights. His car was one of them, a safe haven in this moment of madness. He had to get out of there. Grabbing his coat, he bolted for the door. The elevator seemed to take forever, each floor ticking by like a heartbeat counting down his doom. Finally, the doors opened to the lobby, and he sprinted to his car. His phone buzzed again. Anonymous. "Are you ready to die?" The final picture showed a noose around his neck, his lifeless eyes staring into the camera. In the background, he could make out the parking garage. Mark fumbled with his keys, his breath ragged and shallow. He tore through the parking lot, his footsteps echoing like a death march. Up the ramp, past the second level, the third, until he reached the top floor. There was no one there, just the silent city stretching out beneath him. Panting, he turned in circles, searching for some clue, some sign of his tormentor. "Show yourself," he demanded, but his voice was swallowed by the night. A cold wind whipped around him, sending a chill down his spine. He felt watched, hunted. Shadows seemed to move, whispering his name. The air grew heavier and he felt an overwhelming urge to escape, to end it all. In a state of sheer panic, he jumped into his car, started the engine, and drove towards the edge of the roof. The ghosts of his mind screamed at him, images of his tortured self flashing before his eyes. Was he running from something real, or was it all in his head? There's no way to know. The car flew off the edge, plummeting to the ground below. Police reports would later classify it as a suicide. No foul play detected. But Ruth, Mark's next-door neighbor, would always tell a different story. She swore she saw him, translucent and bound, in her dreams, whispering words she could never quite understand. And every now and then she'd receive a picture message from a number with no name. Always the same image. Mark, staring back at her, asking if she could feel the pain.
In the age of digital dominance, where every byte is a potential ghost and every click echoes with the unknown, Mark Weston found himself lost between the realms of sanity and spectral horror. In this kingdom of technology, the line between reality and nightmare is not just blurred, it is shattered. And sometimes, the ghosts in the machine are all too real,